The following presentation is for mature audiences only.
Who are you?
He's a fine man.
All hell is broken loose.
He's a great broadcaster.
He's a very powerful guy.
Absolutely brilliant.
Feared by men, adored by women.
He's a smart boy. It's patriotic.
It's no big deal.
It's the end of the world.
I might as well tell you now. He's a monkey.
And how you doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome in to another edition of The Wyldeside with Eric Clark. I'm your host, Eric Clark, saying thank you for taking time out of your busy holidays being awesome to give my little video a watch and a listen. If you like it, like it. If you think other people are going to dig it, give it a share. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel and you're following me on any and all the social media. If you have a song suggestion you would like me to check out, band, video, something, the best way to get me that suggestion, our Discord server. Our lovely moderator, Tria, Ruthless Biscuit, has been so kind as to organize the Wyldeside with Eric Clark over on Discord. So head over to the Discord server by clicking the link. Right there on the left is Reaction Request tab. All you have to do is hit that tab. Drop in your suggestion. Easier than my sister. It helps me. It's a virtual handy-dandy notebook. It compiles everything into one nice place for everybody to go and get me your suggestion. It is also the one-stop shop for the Wyldeside with Eric Clark, from updates of live streams to applications to our virtual medieval tavern where I have employed all of our subscribers, to even learning what a CONCURPA is. Everything you need to know is at that Discord server, linked down below. Before we get started today, thank you to Connect 200 Music to See and Aunt Betty's Nut Butter. Today's video is suggested from one of our live stream moderators. HCH said, hey bro, get back on that Nightwish train. So today we're heading to 2016 and we're checking out the live version of Sleeping Sun by Nightwish here on the Wyldeside. Ronnie James. Always with the bells.
The sun is sleeping quietly. Once upon a century, wistful oceans calm and red, ardent caresses lay to rest. For my dreams I hold my life, for wishes I behold my night. Truth
Sleeping Sun, Nightwish from 2016. Oh, yeah, you're very welcome. I promised I wasn't going to cry. Every time I get out, they pull me back in. I can bring up all of them. Okay. I seriously fought against all that, but you know, there's a dangerous security to what they create. It's the only way I can really describe it, a dangerous security, because there's an innocence that is contrasting with this barbarity, because the lyrics are bringing you this emotional tie, and then what the music does is it speaks to the without thought, where you just are feeling. You're not thinking anymore. You're feeling. So the song, again, I just need a second here, because there's a couple of things I want to go through. That one line got me. I wish that this nighttime would last for a lifetime. So you know those nightmares you have where you're trying to run and you can't? That's where I was. I couldn't get away from an emotional place that I know is going to hurt. I know it's going to hurt. It hurts every time. And I can feel her pulling me there in those 3 minutes. I can feel it. It's coming. And I'm fighting it. But I can't escape it. And there's this panic, emotional panic, that goes in, knowing what I'm getting ready to remember. It's an immersive memory. It's an immersive place where I'm going. So I'm going to smell everything. I'm going to remember what everything felt like. I'm going to remember everything. And I'm going there. And then right at the edge of me being there, in that moment, Empu's guitar comes in. That's the barbarity. That's where I could no longer concentrate on an intellectual, reasonable thought. And everything about me was turned over to what he was doing and what the band was creating. So they were perfect. And that's the thing about Tuomas, is that he really gets that. He understands where that place is and where it belongs. Where do I push you over the edge? Where am I going to get you and have you to myself? And that high note going into those couple of licks and going into Empu, I will never come up with the words for Empu, ever. I have been a rock and roll snob since I can remember. The only thing I ever think when I hear Empu play is David Gilmour. This isn't a dig at anybody. This isn't it's not what this is. I really hope that people understand how masterful Empu is with creating perfect, emotionally connected tones with a guitar. A lot of guitar players just play guitar, man, insert solo here. But what he's able to do through his relationship, of course, there's a lot to do with the relationship that they have. So he knows where Tuomas is going. He knows. He understands. Talk about same page. They are same page. because I don't think anyone else, aside from maybe David Gilmour, could create that tone at that moment for that song and not make it about themselves. Because again, I think that may be part of the added tone that's in him, is his humility. And again, I was already running in mud trying to get away from where this song was taking me emotionally. And Floor, I've always said she has that ability to hug you, kiss you, tell you everything's okay, and then push you down a flight of stairs. So in this track in particular, it's hugging and kissing you and then pushing you in front of Empu, who's swinging 15 machetes of emotional connectivity. So and you're cool with it. You're like, all right, dude, here we go. It's similar. This isn't going to make any sense. It really isn't. It shouldn't. It's similar to like jumping out of a plane. As a paratrooper, you develop this mentality of you're going to get to a point where you say, all right, man, this is all gravity. This is all gravity. I may as well turn myself over to this moment. Right? That's what Empu is. This is natural. It's a natural thing. It's out of your control. There's nothing you can do about it. You may as well cry, bro. You've been holding it back. You may as well. And what I don't want anyone to overlook is the masterful way that Kai and Marco really drove this song and provided a rhythm to this song, not just through the drums, but a rhythm as in a real life heartbeat. That's what it's so sublime that it's almost hard to hear. Yes, you're hearing the drums, you're hearing the bass, but the way that they're doing it, it's like it's like when you damper piano strings. Right? You hear it, but you don't hear it. And Marco's bass playing in this track is really cool. It's almost like it's very rare that you get a bass player who understands how to use that instrument as a rhythm instrument, like a rhythm guitar. Bass players play bass. They build bridges with the drum player, with the drummer, and they're rare you get John Entwistle, people like that. Marco's one of them. As with Empu and the guitar, he knows exactly how to play that bass for what is needed in that track. It's perfect. It's never overwhelming. There's no distinct standout. But when you listen to it in its entirety, there's some of those bass notes he plays that he just thump. Thump. And he kept it going. It's incredibly sublime how those two did that. How the drum and the bass created that unheard, yet it's the very source of it vibe. But again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. First off, thank you to Amos, because if ever I am mistaken, all I know is it's either going to be Mike Oldfield or Tuomas Holopainen. That is a great tribute, bro. That is a great signature that he has now. This modern composer of progressive trance metal. Again, I don't like putting this guy in a box, but I'll never get tired or come off of the stance that you have to be on a different level when you can take something that is personal, it's coming from one source, it's coming from one place, and within 4.5 minutes, slice through any protections you put up, kidnap your soul, strap you to a wall, and just go to work. And then you come down off that wall thanking him. It's just crazy how relatable and connectable Tuomas makes his music. Really is. It's again, he's the one of the best composers of those layered sounds that on their own may conflict. But because he has this sight, this hearing that we don't hear, that we're not able to hear, but he makes it audible for us through his creative ways. By taking any one of these instruments in his band could go into any other band and make that band better. And yet when they all come together in Nightwish, their humility, their love of what they do, their appreciation for what Tuomas is doing, their understanding of where he's coming from, again, is that added instrument to the band, being on the same page with him and understanding Tuomas. Quite possibly one of the top band killers is people not being on the same page or not understanding the creative force behind what's going on. And these cats, again, I've called them murderer's row of metal. Just you take any one of those musicians, any of them, put them in any other band, and automatically that band is now 5 times better. And yet when they come together, you would never think that. You would never think that. It's just absolutely brilliant. So thank you again, HCH, for the suggestion. Sleeping Sun by Nightwish. Again, any suggestion you have for me when it comes to an analysis, a breakdown, or a reaction, the best place to go. And it's going to be a habit where that's the only place I go now to find what you guys want to hear. Discord server. Ruthless Biscuit put together the best online one-stop shop for everything Wyldeside with Eric Clark. Click that Discord link. Go over to Discord. It's free. It's easy to use. All of your tabs are right there on the left. So whether it's a suggestion for a tune, jokes, memes, whatever, band news, around the world stuff, everything is right there. I have to keep going or I'm going to say something very inappropriate. But everything is there on the left-hand side on the Discord server. If you would like to help the channel grow, all you have to do is click that Patreon link. That's all you got to do. I try to keep it very simple. Thank you to Connect 200 Music to See and Aunt Betty's Nut Butter. Thank you to all of you for taking time out of your busy holiday season to come hang out with us on the east side of Music City, USA. Make sure you're looking out for each other. Make sure you're looking out for your neighbor. Try to do at least one good thing a day. I am Eric Clark, and this is The Wyldeside.